It's directed by Albert Brooks, back whenever Albert Brooks was at the top of his game. I mean, he didn't really fall off. It's his take on An American Family, due to the fact that Albert Brooks thought that An American Family, which was done in the early 70s, which was considered the first reality TV or reality movie. He thought it was hilarious to think of a family that was being followed around by a camera crew and how you could not act like yourself. Because if you think about it, even nowadays, you have a lot of people that would be following you. I mean, at the minimal, you'd have to have at least 5 folks.
You got 6 people in here now.
And 3 of them aren't even on here. So he thought that it would just be funny to have a family being constantly followed around. Have you seen Real Life?
No.
Oh gosh, it's hilarious. So he goes through like step-by-step process of how they selected these families. They interview all these families, and then they have to go through ways of cheaper ways to eliminate the families. Like, we had them acting like one another and seeing how that they would respond. The reason being is that we knew that these families would be fighting with each other, and we had to eliminate them right off the bat. That saved us $90,000, which allowed us to then hire that guy over there. It's stuff like that. That's a lot of jokes. And the way that he like romances the town, being like, we found this family, and how do you think we found them? Well, I'd like to explain it to you in a song. And he has like a big band playing, like very Elvis Presley like. He's like, you're all wonderful. Give yourselves a hand. He's like, of course we had to hypnotize the whole town because we took over the town for a long time. So it's so ridiculous.
All right, I gotta watch this.
Oh, it's funny as hell. It's not streaming anywhere that I found, but it's for rent at Videodrome.
Hey, Real Life.
So it's written by Monica Johnson, who did Modern Romance and Albert Brooks' other movie Muse, and Harry Shearer, who's most famous for The Simpsons
and Spinal Tap.
And Spinal Tap. And this is also Albert Brooks' first feature. It's just, he has one of the funniest scenes is that when he has the guys who are supposed to be like behind, you won't notice them at all. And they're wearing the latest in technology, which was basically looks like a big, like space helmet. And it's like they're recording and they can get sound at the same time. He's like, you'll never even notice them. It's like, I forget what country he says that they're from. He's like, there's only ever 6 in existence. 5 of them are here. 5 of them have ever worked. Of that 5, we have 4. It's like, and you'll never even notice them. And you see in the background and in the key scenes, this dude wearing this gigantic thing. And he's just like, it's like this big white helmet with this big black screen. And he's like shoving it in their face. And he's like, it's okay. Talk to the man.
Nice.
And there's a great scene that I love in this film is that whenever Albert Brooks, who buys the house across the street from the family, who's played by Charles Grodin. And the reason why Charles Grodin was chosen was because he was known for those TV shows like America's Funniest Home Videos. He was known for that. Like you won't believe you're on television. Those types of those shows. He picked him because people believed him to be a real person because he does. He looks like an average guy. He plays a veterinarian in this, and you believe him to be a veterinarian. So there's a great scene where horse. I don't want to get too much into it as a spoiler, but there's a horse, and it's how they lose the horse. so damn funny. But another great scene with Albert Brooks is whenever he's talking to Charles Grodin is talking to the local news networks, and they're saying he's like, let me call up the producer of this movie, and we can all sit down and talk about it. They're like, sure. And it's early in the morning, and he calls Albert Brooks, and Albert Brooks is like, oh yeah, you say that the local news is there right now? Okay, I'll be right there. And you just see him hauling ass across the street in his morning robe. Clearly was like just in the middle of like shaving or something, like maybe drinking coffee. He's running across the street and he's like, so yeah, you're the local news, huh? Who do you think you are? He like smacks the camera and he's like, get the hell out of here. This is my story. And he's like spitting at them, pushing them into the car. Like, we have as much right here as you do. He's like, come up with your own damn movie, okay? It's like,
that's funny.
It's funny. It's a really funny movie.
So 85% Rotten Tomatoes. Mockumentary, yeah, one of the first mockumentaries. Mm-hmm. Oh.
It's really, 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 really funny. I remember seeing this as a kid.
Nice. I've never watched it. I can't wait, though.
Strongly recommend it. Another one, another film. It's an okay film. It complements this one very well. It's called Saturday the 14th. It's now on Prime Video and Vudu. It was directed by Howard Cohen. He was mainly known for his acting in the 60s and 70s and 80s. He was in Westworld. That's what he's primarily known for. But he'd switched then to directing very shortly afterwards. Sorry. Yeah, and sorry. No, wait, I was right. Whoops.
Chris Kelly.
Whoops. So Howard Cohen was known more for his goofy films in the 70s and 80s. He did Cover Girl Models. He did Vampire Hookers, the Death Stalker film series.
Death Stalker, yeah.
Yeah. Him and his writing partner, Jeff Begun, they were part of a comedy troupe in the 1970s. They did a lot of exploitation films, and Saturday the 14th was part of a series of films. They're not part of the same series, but they're part of the same group of parody films that came out in the very early 80s, 1980 to 1983, where they were making fun of slasher films. So you had Wacko, you had Class Reunion, if you remember that one. That was a National Lampoon's movie, which was starring Anthony Kiedis' father. They're coming out one right after the other, and Saturday the 14th was no exception. This one was more family friendly than anything else. I think that this is kind of where Nightmare on Elm Street got that idea of the claw coming out of the bathtub, going towards Heather Ledenkamp. They do that similar in Saturday the 14th, but it's with Jaws. It's really funny. She's like, the girl's about to take a shower, and she's like, or in a bath, and she's like, no one's gonna get me out of this bathtub. And then you see the shark fin swooning around. It's like, dun. But there's a lot of jokes in that movie. It's more family friendly than anything else.
I mean, that's a good bit, though. Saturday the 14th, not Friday the 13th.
Yeah.
Oh, Shout Factory did a Blu-ray of this, it looks like.
Well, it wasn't that long ago, right?
And it was made 81.
Yeah.
It's free on Tubi, too.
Oh, nice.
Tubi.
There's a lot of jokes like that. They make fun of a lot of haunted house jokes, which is from The Changeling and whatnot. Which, if you haven't seen The Changeling, strongly recommend that. Terrify the hell out of you. But it's part of that whole group of films that came out. And
nice.
This is a great one. What I thought was interesting was that Howard Cohen's career was very interesting, that he did a lot of these parody and exploitation films, and then he did Care Bears and Rainbow Bright. And then he went back to Saturday the 14th and doing the exploitation films.
Wow.
And it was reportedly, from when I was doing research on this movie last night, they're doing the third in these Saturday the 14th movies. So they made Saturday the 14th in 1981, and then Saturday the 14th strikes again in 1988 or 89, and then nothing for 30 years. And then supposedly this year, they're making Saturday the 14th Part 2. So we'll see if it comes out.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
But maybe Howard Cohen will make a comeback. I mean, he is in his late 80s now, I think, but who knows? Oh, wait, no, sorry. Howard Cohen died. Oh, gosh, I forgot about that. He died in 1999 of a massive heart attack. But the guy who is the main actor in this, he then became a film director.
Got it. And he wants to do the third one. Got it.
He might do it. So who knows? He's in his mid-late 80s.
Hey, fingers crossed.
Yeah.
You got any more recommendations?
No, that's it. Just the two.
All right, let's do a quick draft.
Oh, wait. I just want to add something really quick.
Yeah.
What I thought was interesting about Jeff Begun is that he had he started on the 80s doing exploitation films, but he did the taxes on the remake of I Spit on Your Grave.
The taxes?
Yeah. He was a tax consultant.
That's funny.
Isn't that weird?
Yeah, it's really weird.
Yeah. Now he does taxes.
All right, here's what we're doing.
Oh, no.
We're going to do a draft. We're going to do vampire movies. One from the 70s, one from the 80s, one from the 90s, one from 2000s, one from the 2010s. We're each going to pick 5. And then I'm going to put it on Movies, Films, and Flicks Facebook the day after this releases. So when you're listening to this, if you're listening to it the day it's released, go to Movies, Films, and Flicks Facebook and vote. Or I might have released it earlier and you'll find other things to vote on. Depends on how I'm feeling that day. All right. So, Chris Kelly.
70s.
No, wait. 1 or 2. Guess a number on my hand. 1 or 2.
2.
All right. You get first pick.
Oh, first pick of 70s vampire films?
A vampire film from the 70s.
I'm going to go with the Nosferatu remake.
No!
Yes.
Cheater. All right, you won the Herzog.
That was good. I saw that in the theaters when they was re-released.
Oh, it's so good. I love Herzog.
You know what's interesting about the movie? It was the first time that they it had been humanized, the character of a vampire.
Ooh, Salem's Lot was TV show, but could I do it?
Yeah, I think that's okay.
All right, I'm cheating, and you said it was okay, so I'm doing Salem's Lot.
They're remaking that too with what's his name? The guy that was in Summer of Sam. Yeah, he was.
Leguizamo? Adrian Brody?
There, yeah. He's playing the lead. It's supposed to take place in the 1700s? Is it 1800s?
Oh, that's going to be good.
I think it'd be an interesting film.
All right, 1980s.
1980s.
There's so many vampire movies in the 1980s.
Oh my god. Oof. I'm going to say Lost Boys.
I'll do Fright Night.
Both equally good movies.
Yeah.
We could have said Near Dark.
Near Dark. Hey!
Classic Hoffmeyer.
No, I already said Fright Night.
You're not going to stick with the Return to Salem's Lot? I'm just kidding.
Feet fail me not. Should I stick with Fright Night? All right.
Nah, come on.
I'll do it. I'll do Fright Night.
All right. Feeling limber?
Man.
All right, so 90s also had an equal amount of vampire
You and I
films.
covered that movie.
80% of the 90s
Oh, this is good.
Oh, God. There are just so many good ones.
Yep.
I'm going to go with Bram. No. Oh, gosh. Interview with the Vampire.
Chris is doing some weird head tilts right now that I've never seen him do before.
My first thought I wanted to do was for 70s vampire films. My first thought was Blackula.
Yeah.
I love that movie. I don't know why that movie is like seen as a comedy. It is not.
I'm going to do From Dusk Till Dawn.
No, that's both
We're
equally.
skipping Bram Stoker's.
Can we do like a several from the 90s?
No.
I want to do Blade.
Fried chicken.
And Vine.
All right, 2000s. Oh, gosh.
Oh,
There's only one right. The best pick is obvious, right?
Yeah, I was going to say Twilight. Gosh.
I hope you pick the right one so I can pick the wrong one.
I'm going to let the right one in.
Yeah, that's the right one.
That's a good one.
Oh, dang it. Did I give you a hint? That's the right one.
Hopefully you won't Blade Trinity me.
All right, well, this is tough because I love 30 Days a Night. But I love Thirst, the Korean vampire film, so I'm doing that. I just lost. All right. Now, 2010s.
Can you look up vampires real quick? That's the, oh no, damn, Girl Walks Home Alone at Night. What about, is Vampires on there? That,
That's
Belgium?
90s.
No, Belgium. The Belgium movie. Remember I told you that's the movie that they got the idea for, What We Do in the Shadows?
Vampires?
Vampires.
Vampires Belgium movie? And you want to put that on your list?
But I forget what year, if that was 2009 or 2010. Yeah, that one right there. I told you about this movie.
Yep.
This is,
It was
aha,
2010.
2010.
So you want vampires?
Yes.
All right, vampires. All right, so I got to pick one now. Oh, geez Louise. There's some really tough ones in here.
Come on, Breaking Dawn.
Oh, dang. All right, so...
A Girl Walks Home Alone at Night. That's a good one. Steakland.
I mean, What We Do in the Shadows is a movie I think that would give me a lot of, like, oh, I love that movie.
Yeah, that would probably get you the most votes.
But I'm going Only Lovers Left Alive because I'm a Jim Jarmusch guy.
I saw that when it first came out, and I don't really remember it.
So you got Nosferatu, Lost Boys, Interview with the Vampire, Let the Right One In, Vampires. I have Salem's Lot, Fright Night, From Dusk Till Dawn, Thirst, and Only Lovers Left Alive.
How many people think will vote on mine just because they think it's the John Carpenter's Vampires?
None.
You think anyone will catch that and be like, oh my god, he knows that Belgium movie?
I'll put 2010 on it.
Okay. Yeah,
Sound good?
That's fair. Have you seen that movie?
No.
I remember telling you about
Yes.
this.
All right, this is good. You're going to win, 60-40.
Nah, man, that's what we said last time with Bowfinger. And I got smoked. I was like, no one wanted to do a boiler room?
But hey, come to head over to Movies, Films, and Flicks and take a look at what poll we have going on. So, Chris Kelly, thanks for joining me, man.
Yeah, no problem.
So for me, Mark Hoffmeyer, and for Chris Mad Dog Kelly, this is Movies, Films, and Flicks. We'll see you next week.
Chicken.
And wine.